veterinarian Dr. Karen Flame, and I think for those of us who have pets as a part of our families, it's easy to think that our pets are safe and protected, but the truth is 1 in 3 pets will get lost at some point during their lifetime, and 90% of those pets won't return home without proper identification. And here today I'd like to introduce to you one of our own veterinary nurses here, Jennifer. Jennifer recently went through a heartbreaking experience with her dog here, Copper. And Jennifer, it's so great to see not only you today, but also Copper. And Copper's really looking to be in pretty good shape despite a horrific weekend. So tell everybody about what you went through this weekend with Copper.
Well, this weekend, it was Friday night around 10 o'clock. I went to go take care of some friends of mine's dogs who were out of town on vacation. I noticed all 3 of them in the backyard when I left at 10.
And these are all 3 of your own dogs?
All 3 of my own dogs in the backyard. And then I came home around 10:30, sat down, watched TV, didn't think to look to make sure that I still had 3 dogs in the backyard, because you don't think to make sure your dogs are in the backyard. And so around 11, decided to go to bed, so I let the dogs in, and only 2 of them came in. And Copper was the one who didn't come in. And for those of you who will notice, Copper is very special. He is actually missing one eye, and he can barely see out of his other. So for him to go missing was quite a shock and was quite startling, because he normally doesn't stray far from where he can't be familiar with.
You called the emergency clinics, you called the nurses at East Lake on call, and you went through a lot of steps to try to put feelers out, even at that hour.
Even at that hour, I initially called the emergency clinic, and
but
then
it actually wasn't the emergency clinic that called you back. Who was it that called you?
3:30 in the morning, I get a phone call from actually Animal Control, the City of Dallas Animal Control. They called my cell phone at 3:30 in the morning and said...
And I think there's a really good reason why they called you, and I think it has a thing to do with Copper's collar here. Tell us what you have on his collar.
Well, I not only have his East Lake rabies tag, but I also have a current City of Dallas tag, and then I also have his name tag, which it's kind of rubbed off, but you can tell it has that he's microchipped, and then on the back it says that I'm blind. And so...
well, as it turns out, I think this collar and the tags and the whole fact that you have him currently immunized, currently registered with the City of Dallas, I firmly believe that saved his life Saturday night.
Absolutely.
Because had you not had that proper identification on, had it not been known who his family was, that his immunizations were current, he honestly could have died, because with poor Copper here, apparently he had been hit by a car out on the road, and Jennifer found, once she got him in and got him evaluated, that poor Copper here has actually 5 broken ribs from where he was apparently hit by a car. Well, he's lucky to be here, and we're delighted that he's safe. And even though he's still obviously very tired and recovering and on medication to help him breathe more easily and feel better from his fractures, it's a lucky thing that he's here today. And good for you for making sure he was protected through proper identification. And I told Jennifer she was the model of proper identification and proper pet ownership. And so don't ever make the mistake to think that it couldn't happen to you. Make sure your pet is properly identified with a collar, tags, microchip information, and a current city registration, because truly those things are what saved him.
Oh, absolutely. I have no doubt in my mind.